Even when black people do everything right, they're still denied, and that's maddening. Check out this tragic story where that madness can go. And leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel.
Wow. I was just listening to Michelle.
Yeah, me too.
And, man, wow. I actually, I had called to talk about, you had made such a salient point about how there are killers among us, and many of them wear uniforms. And you and I have had that, variations on that discussion many times. And it made me want to bring up the case of Chris Dorner. You may recall 7 years ago in Los Angeles, he was an LAPD officer who had seen an injustice that was racially motivated. And he went to IA, Internal Affairs, and he was blackballed out of that department. And I use the term blackball specifically and for a reason. And he just lost it. He lost it. He lost it because if you go to report these injustices and you are an officer, you got a target on your back. And police officers have ways of getting back at each other. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't recall the story of Chris Dorner, and I'm guessing a lot of our listeners don't. If you want to fill in a little more detail, what happened to him?
Chris Dorner was a black LAPD officer in February of 2013 who he had witnessed a black suspect being mistreated because, we hear about the shootings and all that, but there's a lot of soft abuse by police. You may recall just a few years ago, there was a 16-year-old girl that was slammed down by a school police officer somewhere in Carolina somewhere. So that stuff happens every day. But anyways, he had seen this, and this person was brutalized, and he went to IA. He went to Internal Affairs. Mm-hmm. And when he did that, they started to go after him and his family, and he was demoted and all kinds of things, and he just lost it. And that day, he went on a killing spree, and he went specifically after members of the department and their relatives. He killed 4 or 5 people. I can't remember the exact numbers, Tom.
Oh.
But the irony, yeah. And this is what you just heard from Michelle. You see, and I keep hearing, and I understand when I hear people talk about other groups of people that have been marginalized in this society, but no one came the way that black people did. No one was named property. We have names. You've heard the term mulatto, quadroon, quintroon, octoroon. Those things are all, this thing is so deep. But anyways, back to Chris Dorner. The day that he had gone on a killing spree for a couple of days, they were looking for him everywhere. You've been in Southern California, Tom, and that particular day, I had a business meeting at LAX, and I met with the person. I was on my way. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was on my way back to towards Loma Linda. You've been to the hospital. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Anyways, this is a serious issue.